Hello and welcome back to another video. I am so glad you're here. On this channel, I talk about news, controversies, and drama on the bookish side of the internet, and I certainly hope you will stick around. Oh boy, well, we found ourselves in another rabbit hole of, you guessed it, Kickstarter. But this author is like a full-on enigma to me, and there's a lot to cover, so let's get started. So the author I'm talking about has at least 6 pen names, but I believe that she started her career using the name Yumoyori Wilson. She also goes by Avery Phoenix, Avery Song, Avery Stone, Quinn Ashwood, and Whitney Moonstone, though she hasn't yet published under that one. I gotta be honest, it was extremely overwhelming trying to figure out the timeline of all her books and pen names because between them, she has at least 51 series. Right, I said series, not books. And again, based on the barrage of pen names and all of these damn series, it was hard to find, but it looks like her first book was published in 2017. While I have not read any of her books, I have a tough time believing that writing literally hundreds of books in 8 years would allow them all to be quality, but I haven't read them. So one of the things that really confuses me about this author is that generally authors use multiple pen names because they're writing in different genres. But most of her books are dark romantasy, and there are some different tropes, I guess you could say subgenres, but I would argue that it would be more beneficial to keep it all aligned in one name. Romance readers might have a different opinion, but I don't know. Except, tell me why she has this series as Avery Song, but also has this one as Avery Song. Now, to me, this would be a good reason to use a pen name, but what the hell do I know? So back in November of 2023, she raised 23,236 Canadian dollars on Kickstarter for a special edition of her book series, Brighton Magic Academy, with all 3 books in a new omnibus. The least expensive tier was $35 Canadian. She's Canadian, so just assume that I'm always talking about Canadian dollars unless I say otherwise. And the most expensive was $343. Now, unfortunately, I was unable to really get in contact with anyone who backed this, so I can't see the backer-only updates, but I'm going to show as much as I can. So this was the first update posted after the campaign closed. Happy holidays, Songbirds. Figured I'd do a quick update to state I've gotten the funds from Kickstarter and am in the process of aligning the final details / outlines / and pattern layouts for the special edition books to be mass printed. Woot woot. It's a tedious process to say the least, which is why there haven't been many updates. Once we finalize everything, I'll be waiting for them to ship me out a finalized copy first before we push for mass creation. This process will probably take the longest since I'd like nothing but perfection, so I have to ensure everything is just right, and shipping to Canada isn't as quick with printing agencies. LOL. When I get the bad boy in my hands, you know I will share it here and update you all. I'll be working on other things that are in my control, like ordering swag, package boxes, more goodies, artwork, and so forth. Also reserved an editing spot to review reflections of them before it goes into mass print by a smaller printing organization here in Canada. Either way, that's the deets for now. As a reminder, shipping is aimed to start in July 2024, but my goal is to start the process in April if everything goes smoothly. Keep an eye on this account in the new year, and there will be a new campaign on the way. Celestia may be the next Kickstarter campaign to release on here, and I know many of you won't want to miss that. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Once again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for supporting my first campaign, and let 2024 bring many more epic collectibles to come. Now, I was always under the impression that you can't start a new Kickstarter before fulfilling any previous ones, but apparently this isn't the case, but we'll get to that later. So even though I can't show you the actual updates, some of the titles give us a little something, so let's look at a couple of them. So on January 28th, she has a backer-only update. The title is Surveys Have Been Sent, an upcoming new Kickstarter campaign. On February 3rd, she says, new campaign alert, Willow's Forbidden Pack. And this one she did have an open public. That's the word. Afternoon, Songbirds. How's your weekend going? As we wait for the lovely books to hit my doorstep, why don't I update you all with the next campaign that's happening right now? check out the Willow Forbidden Pack campaign that ends in less than 12 days. If you love mafia romances with a paranormal twist, this is the complete series you want to get your hands on. This includes the new 200K installment, Wolf's Revenge, Willow's Forbidden Pack Reloaded. This new book is currently a Kickstarter exclusive and will only be available for this campaign, so if you love collecting unique books, this is your chance to snag it before it's gone. If you can't support this time around, no worries. Simply share it around and get the word out there to other readers who enjoy collecting exclusive books. I'll be back soon with more epic updates. Again, we will go back to this in a bit, but yeah, she's advertising her new Kickstarter on this one that she hasn't delivered on yet. So here's the next update, March 11th. Hello, songbirds. It's been a while. There isn't much of a huge update today, other than I'm waiting for the loads of books to drop onto my doorstep. Shipping was estimated to take 3 to 4 months, but we're still on schedule for July, so I'm not worried. Everything else only takes 1 to 2 weeks max to get to me, so I'll be ordering remaining materials closer to the shipping window, or earlier if I get the mass of books. So until then, just relax and get hyped to receive your epic orders. Addresses. I've had a few people state they may need to update their address. I will make an announcement when I'm ready to print shipping labels to ship, so if you suddenly moved or have to change address, you'll be given the opportunity then. That's it. Have an amazing rest of your week. So everyone's still relaxing and getting hyped a year and 7 months later. So this one says, printing update, new printing sample, new game plan, delays and address changes. And this is on July 2nd, 2024. I really wish I could see that one. Update number 12, printing is complete. September 1st. Update 13, this was October 1st. Quick update, books are in Vancouver. And then in March 2025, we have one that says, we finally have books. So we had books in Vancouver in October 2024, and there was a Canadian postal strike in December 2024, yes, but apparently it took until March to get them from Vancouver to Toronto. I know these cities are not close, but that still seems kind of a lot. The next update was in May. Packing and shipping is on its way. May 14th, 2025 update. Hello, songbirds. Quick update since my email is getting bombarded and I'm trying to keep emails filed for all those who requested address changes. There's about 50 of you. I'm not answering emails to keep sequence, so I make sure we don't overlook anyone's address change. If I mark it red, it's just going to be buried in my inbox and harder for my assistant to aid me in the packing process once I've signed things, etc. Feels like you could just sort, but okay. So if you emailed me, yes, I've received it, especially with address changes, but you won't officially get a response until your package is officially prepped, address change is confirmed, and label is created. Now that I'm reading this, I'm really like, there is like a way to make this better. And also, if you change your address, wouldn't you like want confirmation? She's like, yes, I've received it, but you don't know if you hadn't. So like, hopefully someone understands what I'm trying to say. Like, never mind. For those who don't need address changes, shipment has already started. Once a tracking has been printed / your signed book package has been secured, I will go out of the way to email you using the email on file. You should also get a notification on Kickstarters and with tracking, etc. Thank you guys so much for your patience. I had a bit of a few health problems which led to surgery. I'm doing one more procedure next week as well. So that has delayed things tremendously. I didn't want to update unless I knew for sure I'm close to the mend, instead of doing constant updates with no true progress due to my health. Finally, for those who know of my PA via Facebook, please do not harass, message, or insult her. She aids me out of the goodness of her heart, is not a paid position, and she in no way should be insulted, nagged, or pestered. She shouldn't be, but also unpaid PA? Okay. I'm pretty private with my life, which is why she too isn't aware of what's happening in my life. So insulting or emphasizing how unuseful she is simply because you can't reach me is out of the question. Yes, you have the right for updates, but again, I'm not going to update every week that I'm packing and shipping orders when there's no progress due to me being tied to a bed recovering. Due to this, updates will only be posted here. I will make this update public so anyone who did order outside the Kickstarter can also see this update. Again, thank you so much for your patience. I know this has been far too long and is surely annoying, but the books will be in your hands soon, and I've made sure to add extra goodies that are worth a lot to compensate. I know I'm an asshole because I always read people's typos, but P.S. Yes, I've been made aware of a potential Canada Post strike. This is a different one. It is not confirmed whether it will happen or not. I will be shipping out what I can until May 22nd, and if there's actually a delay, I'll look into other avenues to get your packages delivered if it's going to be a length disruption like it was during November 2024 to January 2025. At no extra cost. We'll wait and see. This updated will be cross-posted through all campaigns. You guys already know this, but I'm really tired of people saying they don't need to update when there's nothing new to report. I have used this example before, but as a flight attendant, sometimes we board up a plane and then we have maintenance, or there's bad weather, or whatever reason there's a delay. And I'm not 100% sure if this is an FAA requirement or if it's my airline specifically, but the captain is required to make an update announcement every 15 minutes. And sometimes that update says, I don't have anything new, I have no update. And it goes such a long way in helping passengers just chill out. And the same should apply here. As a paying customer, knowing that you aren't being ignored is huge. So on June 30th, we're shipping out new Kickstarter email. Hey guys, shipping has been overwhelming, but we're making progress. We received more orders of Brighton Academy Special Edition set and cleared out the basement in prep for receiving the other Kickstarters en route. Willow, Celestia, Aurelia. We're finally reaching the end. OMG. I wouldn't think this would have taken so bloody long, but your patience have been immaculate. Just wanted to make a quick note. I'll be posting this across all the campaigns so we're on the same page. Signed book plates. Since the books are all individually wrapped, I'll be using book plates to sign and add to the books so I don't ruin the packaging. I don't really understand. If you really want your book to be signed, feel free to use the email below to request for such. Address changes. I've gotten so many emails that they've been literally buried, and it's becoming tedious to keep up. I know it's frustrating not being able to reach me or confirm your address, but my assistant has been mixing up addresses due to opening the emails, and I don't want to send stuff to the wrong place. So please, if you have a new address, email the following: yumoyorikickstarter@gmail.com. Any inquiries or questions can be sent to the email above. Regardless of whether you have a new address or not, I will be sending confirmed shipment emails as well as the ebook link to download the ebook special edition as the order's processed. This will be a tedious process because I'm taking the lead and doing this by myself instead of hiring help because it's slowing me down and I hate wasting unnecessary time. But again, shipments will be happening in the next couple of days and you'll be informed. I'm waiting for the last bit of orders / extra books for the add-ons and reflections of them printed book. So when I receive those orders will also ship out. Thanks so much for your patience. None of the other posts that I am able to see had any comments, but this one did. May we please have an update? I have not received any emails in regards to my order yet, and I'm starting to get worried. Can anyone help? And these are all within the last couple days. I only took these screenshots maybe 3 days as I'm filming this, and it is October 9th. At the bottom of the campaign tab is the option to report this project to Kickstarter button. It will at least trigger Kickstarter to reach out to the creator and ask them to provide a status. Just checking in for shipping updates, nothing updated since the post over 2 months ago. I'm glad I'm not the only one wanting an update, but I'm also trying to be patient since there are 3 campaigns they're trying to fulfill. Have you emailed them or gotten any response yet? Multiple campaigns isn't a valid excuse. It's been 90 days with 0 updates. It only takes a few minutes to post. 100%. It's not everyone else's problem that she has 3 Kickstarters on her plate because she decided to make them before having any of them done. So this is a her problem. I'm wondering when I'll get any information in regards to shipping my package to me. I haven't heard anything since this last post and I'm getting concerned. Are they still shipping? It has been 2 months since this post and I haven't seen any updates or gotten anything about mine. And then 3 months ago when she actually updated this, some people were excited, and this backer said, I cannot tell you how excited I am for these books. I backed all the campaigns and have been waiting. So it makes me sad for this woman who backed all of them because, yeah, it's not just one other campaign. Surprise! There's more. So these are recent comments on just like the general comment section. Has anyone gotten this Kickstarter as of yet? I'm starting to think it's a scam. Has anyone else not received their package or heard from the author when you email her? I haven't heard anything since the last update. I haven't received mine yet. I'm so excited to have them on my shelf, though. Bless her. This author has another campaign here on Kickstarter from last year that has also not been fulfilled. I'm hoping this doesn't turn into yet another scam campaign by an author. I haven't received anything either. I think it might be a scam. I've emailed her, reached out on social media, and nothing. I filed a complaint with Kickstarter, but haven't received a response if they will refund our money or what will happen. This should be a secure platform, but with the current customer service, I'm not buying anymore until this is resolved. So while, hey, she's better at updating than Britt Andrews, but, you know, the bar is like really underground, if that's the scale we're using here. So her next Kickstarter launched in February 2024 and raised $49,694. This one is for her Willow's Forbidden Pack series. Right after the campaign ended, she posted, you know, a few kind of generic type posts, but this one did feel notable. So this was March 11th, 2024. Good afternoon, songbirds. How's March treating you? Kickstarter has finally given me the funds, so it's time for me to get ordering. I'll be ordering the main books first, but we'll be aiming to get a print preview so I can share when it gets to me before doing my final approval and mass ordering. My goal is to get the books super early in June/July so I can ship both this campaign and Brighton Magic Academy campaign at the same time, but it's all dependent on the printer. I'm using a different company to test things out / speed of creation, so I'll keep you all posted on that. It normally takes 3 to 4 months to get to Canada. There's nothing you need to do for now. I will send surveys closer to when I'm ready to finalize shipments and begin sending them out. The original shipment month is still October, but if I can get them early summer with this new company, I will ship them early, which you will all be notified well before then to fill the surveys, etc. A few already have been asking that they may need to change their address before shipment. There will be a spot on the survey to confirm addresses so I send it to the right place. That's it from me. I'm so excited. There'll hopefully be another Kickstarter in the next month, so stay tuned for that. So she's waiting to ship out the Brighton Magic Academy books until she has these ready to ship? That makes zero sense to me. That feels like it would be even more overwhelming. And also, like, how big is her house or office or, you know, whatever space she stores these all in? Anyways, her next update is just her advertising another Kickstarter she has going. New campaign. Celestia Special Edition, 3 days left. I know I'm so terrible at like pointing out everything, but this is an author. I feel like she should proofread and not just press enter. Like, I don't know. It gets to me. It gets me. I'm sorry. Hello, songbirds. Just wanted to let you know I have another Kickstarter going on and wanted to share over here if any of you have missed it. Celestia Special Edition Kickstarter is live. There are only 3 days left, so if you're interested, click the link below or image and check out the special edition duet. Have an amazing rest of your week. So 2 months go by and guess what happens? Just guess. Her next update is advertising not another Kickstarter, but an Indiegogo campaign. June 16th. Happy Sunday, songbirds! I hope everything has been well with you. Decided to drop by real quick with an update on new campaigns and how things are going. Aurelia's Pack of Misfits. For anyone in this Kickstarter campaign who wants the collector edition, again, the wrong edition, I'm gonna stop now. For Aurelia's Pack of Misfits, here's your chance to grab them before they're gone. It's a very limited run and won't be offered on Kickstarter or any other campaigns. So if you want to grab the omnibus and new book of Aurelia's story, now's your chance. I will offer payment plans, so if that's something you're interested in, message me or email me. New printing house. So I'm deciding to use a different printing service for these books since I don't like the shipping wait time for the current one I've been using. Brighton Magic Academy Kickstarters, I'll update you all on that soon. Still waiting for an update from the manufacturer. Needless to say, instead of putting my trust in one basket, I'm trying a different printing house that one of my dear author friends uses on the regular. What does that mean? That simply means I'm waiting for a new set of samples so I can show you guys the goodies before I put the mass order in. I don't want to make the mistake of purchasing 200 plus books and twiddling my thumbs. My artist is currently on vacation, but when he returns, he'll be sending me all the layers I need to send to the printing house so we can get these samples to Canada with Express, and I can put the order for mass printing through. So for a general timeline, July, sample order / shipment. August, once approved, mass production and shipment. 30 to 45 days for printing and 1 month for shipping. October / November, received printed items, packaging / shipment begins. If there are any delays, I will tell you, but my goal is to indeed get these shipped out in October, max November. I'll be using express shipping, so everyone should get it relatively quickly, even those overseas. I will send surveys closer to October, parentheses September, I don't know, since that will be when I'll order t-shirts, etc., and would like to confirm addresses. That's really it. Thank you guys so much for your patience. With each campaign I do, I'm learning more and more. I feel privileged for your support and can't wait to get these bad boys out to you all. Have an amazing rest of your weekend. And can you believe that it's almost been a full year since the max date she said she'd have them shipped by? Guys, her next update was 10 days later, and again, it wasn't even about this campaign. It's about the Indiegogo campaign. It is bizarre. So this is on June 27th, 2024. Hello, songbirds. I've been away for a hot minute from Kickstarter messages and realized it's been backlogged. Kickstarter hasn't been sending me notifications when I get a message, so I had no idea. If you message me, I will be replying today, Thursday, June 27th, 2024, just in case you have any questions. Multiple songbirds have asked about the Aurelia campaign on Indiegogo. There are only 24 hours left, and then she links it again. So if you'd like a copy to go with your Willow Forbidden Pack sets and to get Wolf Resurrection Rebirth, Aurelia's new book that goes alongside Wolf Revenge, please make sure you secure it by June 27th, 24, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, whatever. There are only 1 to 2 payment plan spots left, so if that is something you need, please email me, yumoyoriauthor@gmail.com. Like I said in the previous update, I'm waiting for my cover artist to come back from vacation so he can finalize the printer size files and we can get the printing process going. Wolf Revenge is current with the editor, and I'm slowly reading through it to make sure it matches timelines with Wolf Resurrection. Once that's set, it'll be going to alphas for final review / finalization, and off to the printer it goes. My goal is for printers to have everything for August and be getting these bad boys in early October to start shipping. So I can't wait. I think these are my favorite campaign books. Hee hee. Don't tell Celestia that. Thank you guys so much for your patience and excitement for these books / campaigns. I'm so excited to be fulfilling these soon, and for you all to open them and see the extra goodies / secret bonuses I have in store. Mwahaha. Have an amazing rest of the week and long weekend. So this is just weird to me. It also doesn't help that her books in both this series and the Indiegogo series have every book is named Wolf something, and neither of the books she mentions on this post are listed. So from my understanding, Wolf Revenge was a new book that was an $85 add-on to this campaign. And this is the only thing that I could find about Wolf Resurrection, so really I have no clue on this one. So it's just the Goodreads page, and it's got 1 review with a 5-star. It says it came out October 13th, 2023, but the only review that's there is want to read. Been trying to find this book to buy, but it's not available anywhere. It's extremely frustrating. So her next update on this campaign isn't until 4 months later, October 1st, 2024. Hello, songbirds. Wanted to hop in here and say things are finally rolling with Willow's campaign. As you know from previous updates and other campaigns, there was a printing company problem / error that resulted in my book orders being lost and thus me losing thousands in printing costs. Due to this issue, I wanted to ensure the new company I chose would keep to their word and deliver the books with various levels of confirmation with the books arriving at the ports. The current company I'm working with is in the final stages of delivering my first set of books, Brighton Magic Academy. Once those have been cleared, they'll be moving on to Willow's campaign. This will then follow with Celestia and Aurelia. I'm sorry this printing situation has made things super backlogged, but after the first incident and losing $15K plus of initial funds, and having to pay all that money again with an additional down payment with the new company, I wanted to ensure I wasn't going to get scammed. I don't really understand what happened with the company because she doesn't really explain that. Better to be safe than sorry, right? I'll be adding additional swag that was never a part of the campaign as compensation for everyone's patience. Once I have a better timeline of when the books will be arriving to me, I will make another update. I'll be posting the same update in other campaigns so we're on the same page. Now, if I had backed this campaign with an estimated delivery of October 2024, which, by the way, was when this update was sent out, I would be so annoyed. Like, why do I care about updates on other campaigns? I don't care that you're in the final stages of the previous campaign. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe there was just tons of overlap, but I'm like, why would I care about this? The next 2 updates were cross-posted from the other campaign that I already read you, so we're not doing that again. But this just, it rubs me the wrong way. I don't know. And then the second of those 2 updates is from June and says they're starting to ship out. So this one doesn't have many comments, but people are definitely looking for an update. Are there any updates? If we only ordered Willow, do we have to wait for your other Kickstarter too? Great question. Hi, sorry to bother you, but I wonder if you had my address because I don't remember to write it and don't know how to ask or where. Sorry again. Is there any update? I haven't seen anything in a while. Just checking to make sure that I didn't miss the survey. Did anyone else get theirs? So I do want to look at a photo she included in the cross-posted we're shipping update. So we can see in the background, you gotta kind of look, but there's a palette. So we can assume that at least some of the books have been delivered. So where are they? This was in June, so why hasn't anyone received their order yet? Just interesting. All right, boom. Let's see. Kickstarter number 3. At this point, we've heard about it already, but it is for her Celestia series. 81 backers raised $31,309 for this project. Now, I'm not sure if this is relevant, but this one is created on a different account under Yumo Yori Wilson, despite using her Avery Phoenix pseudonym for the series. Her first update of any substance is nearly the same as the others, except she leads off with this before writing the exact same thing as on the other Kickstarters. Hello Songbirds, wanted to hop in here and say things are finally rolling with Celestia's campaign. As you know from previous updates and other campaigns, there was a printing company problem/error that resulted in my book orders being lost and thus me losing thousands in printing costs. Whatever. Due to this issue, I wanted to ensure the new company I chose would keep to their word and deliver the books with various levels of confirmation with the books arriving at the ports, and then it's just repeated information. I know she started these in like pretty rapid succession, but what I don't really understand is why she wouldn't wait until the first one was printed and delivered before starting another one. She had no idea how the process would go and if the printer would be a good company to work with. But she was ordering literally hundreds, maybe more, books. I just can't understand being so imprudent. So literally every update that she's posted on this campaign besides that, we've already seen because she cross-posted. So we can move on from that. And this Kickstarter campaign as a whole hardly has any comments. Can we get an update? Thank you. It's been 2.5 months since the last update almost. Can you tell us any news? Hey, any update for a possible delivery date? This is the first time I've done a Kickstarter. It went through is what I meant. Whatever, got it fixed. That was something else. But it is interesting that these were 10 months ago, and she's like, it's been 2.5 months since the last update. So this was like a year ago since the last update on this one. So let's move on to the Indiegogo. This one raised $11,400 USD, and I'm not sure if it's showing up in USD because I'm in the US, but to stay consistent, in Canadian dollars, it's $15,895. This was in June 2024 and had an estimated fulfillment date of February 2025. Since June 2024, there have been 4 updates. The first of which was literally just like, yay, we hit the goal. And this is the second one that was posted on July 16th. Funds delay update. Good afternoon, Songbirds. A quick update to say I've yet to receive my funds for this campaign via Indiegogo. It's my first time using this crowdfunding platform, wanted to try to hit a different audience, but they've yet to pay me the funds gathered for this project, which has been stressful and disappointing, to be honest. I've sent them yet another support ticket stressing the importance of me getting these funds so I can process it with the printer before things get backlogged. Hoping to hear back from them soon and have a better update to deliver. Until then, hold tight. Hopefully the funds will be released and I can finally get things rolling so these special editions can head your way. So the Indiegogo ended on June 28th, and this is 18 days later. She's freaking out about not having received the funds. But on Indiegogo's FAQs, you can see clearly that the money will be deposited within 15 business days. This is complete speculation, so this is no way factual, just a thought. Did she possibly change from Kickstarter because she couldn't do yet another one over there and needed this money immediately for something else? I do understand being anxious to get the ball rolling on production, but she doesn't actually update this campaign at all from July to March. This post has a very general update that shipping from the printer is sort of back on track, but then she literally just posts screenshots from the Brighton Academy Kickstarter. Is it weird that I'm bothered by this? Like, people have paid a lot of money. It just seems to me that it shows a lack of care. Like, you really can't just like summarize what you posted on the other campaign's page that has nothing to do with me, and instead you just make me read your screenshots. Like, they're literally screenshots. The top of this says, "This was not anticipated in the slightest, or I never would have done these Kickstarters with confidence. At least I know for future campaigns, if I do any, I'll take the chances by ordering the books first before the campaign starts." That's like not the point of a Kickstarter. "There'll be plenty of extra goodies given because of this delay, with a few surprises exclusive to this campaign for the patients. Below I have attached the update from Brighton Magic campaign, so we're all on the same page." Again, maybe it's just me. And the latest update of all was, you guessed it, the exact same cross-posted update from the other three campaigns. The only comments at all on this campaign are just one person asking for updates. "Could we please get an update? Hi, Yumayori, any updates?" So hey, maybe a lot of people backed more than one campaign, so they don't need to comment like where are the updates on multiple, but it's the principle for me. People have actually started commenting on random posts just to try to get her attention. This was on a Facebook post that she just happened to write. "I've been trying to reach you on Kickstarter, and via the email you have provided us that pre-ordered the Brighton Magic Academy series. You said books would ship in June 2025 after the postal strike ended, and we would get tracking information, but there seems to be several of us that have not heard from you or received our pre-orders. Can you please look into this and send our orders? I'm beginning to think we've all been scammed here, unfortunately." I agree. I also agree. I think we can call a spade at this point. Okay, so we've got 3 unfulfilled Kickstarters and 1 unfulfilled Indiegogo, but we have so much more to talk about. So listen, I'm not an author, we all know this by now, but based on what so many of the authors I know and I have seen have said, an author coach is really not something that's necessary. There are so many resources available online and in writer groups that it's just kind of a really expensive thing that isn't fully necessary. But that didn't stop Miss Yumayori from starting her own business. She launched the Savage Ways of Publishing, I hate this name, but that's beside the point, in July 2024. And yes, that is smack in the middle of her trying to get her Kickstarters going. So on July 15th, 2024, the Savage Ways of Publishing were live. I'm excited to be officially launching my first set of coaching services. This is a first come, first serve, and I'm only taking 25 spots from August 2024 to January 2025. Multiple sessions can be booked. This coaching heavily focuses on building and excelling your business with the intention of making 4 to 6 figures. It is specialized for every client based on their goals in this massive industry. Money is to be made, and we don't shy away from talking about it. As a 7-figure earner with 7 years of publishing background and 130 plus published books under my belt, coming from someone who knew nothing about self-publishing, I'm offering my knowledge and expertise working one-on-one with chosen clientele who wish to make their authoring business excel, thrive, and be a business that keeps on bringing. I've helped new authors start brand new pen names and make 4 to 5 figure profit in 3 months. I've scaled authors making hundreds a month scale to thousands. There's no gatekeeping here, and I'm excited to share my tricks and tips in making this career thrive enough to go full-time. For reference, I went full-time as an author from my registered nurse job in 4 months, making 4 times my pay. Consultations will range from 1.5-hour sessions to multiple 1-hour sessions that can delve into both fiction and nonfiction avenues. There's a price range for everyone. Payment plans will be offered for the top tiers if needed. Best of luck, everyone. On what? I will do my best to try to keep things open for as long as I can, hoping longer than 24 hours. If you have any questions, please message me. I will be watching my messages all day to ensure nothing is missed. If messages don't go through, please email savagewaysofpublishingservices@gmail.com. Invoices will be sent throughout the day, so don't panic if you haven't gotten it yet and slots fill up. She links the form and the Facebook page, even though you're literally already on the Facebook page that it links to. Please keep an eye out on this page to get in on the free and paid membership groups. May the odds be ever in your favor. So yeah, this is very exclusive with room for only 25 people. Even though down here at the bottom we can see that only 8 people engaged with this post. Draw your own conclusions. Let's take a look at the interest form. The Savage Ways of Publishing coaching form. Early bird exclusive launch of author consulting services with Yumoyori Wilson. Are you ready to savagely excel in your business? My name is Yumoyori Wilson. I'm a 7-figure entrepreneur with multiple businesses specializing in publishing in both fiction and nonfiction genres. In my 7 years of experience, I've written and published over 130 plus books in a multitude of genres. From paranormal romance, fantasy/romantasy, cozy, why choose, and now dark contemporary/thriller romance, I've extended my palette of creative artistry and am ready to share it with those thrilled to tackle this publishing game savagely. Not only am I a USA Today best-selling author with plenty of achievements, but I've also made millions in revenue creating books both publicly and privately. If you have no knowledge of my success, feel free to look at my 3 public names, Avery Song, Avery Stone, and Avery Phoenix, to get a glimpse of my work. Coming from someone who didn't know a thing about publishing when I started, and not many guides out there that dare teach the very basics, I forced myself to learn from scratch, and now it's my turn to share my knowledge, without the bumps and dead ends, of course. My endgame is to help those who have no clue how to dive into this publishing world, or to help those who've been in the game and want to further excel to new heights together. That was so much, and that was all about her. Just interesting how this is supposed to be coaching for the client, but all of that, I mean, several paragraphs were just about her, when this form, one would think, would be getting information from the potential client. Consultations will range from 1.5-hour sessions to multiple 1-hour sessions that can delve into both fiction and nonfiction avenues. Some areas of interest/discussions include Savage brand overview, assess current brand from author pages, socials, revenue, and determining what needs to be changed/improved upon to enhance sales/productivity/scaling, trope/niche evaluation, discuss and review current genre or genre of interest to determine potential success and potential rise in viral creativity. Social media assessments, TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, Clapper, don't know what that is. Lemon, don't know what that is. Non-ad marketing techniques for beginner or advanced authors. No socials? No problem. We'll further dive into the creation and development of your socials that will quadruplete your brain in 3 months. Savage Promo 101, available in Tier 2 and up. Book cover design review/overhaul. Savagely publishing on a budget. Specialized book creation and coaching in paranormal romance. Specialized book creation and coaching in fantasy romance, contemporary romance, why choose romance, multi-genre focus. Savagely create a 5-figure pen name, only offered Tier 5 and 6 packages. Savagely create a 6-figure pen name, only offered Tier 6 packages. Kickstarter starter launch program coming soon. Yep. There are plenty of more areas of focus, but above is some of the detailed sections offered. Cost range, $150 to $1,000 USD. Please scroll down to review the cost breakdown for services. Gonna tell you right now, that is laughable. If you wish to book multiple sessions of a specific package, please feel free to contact either via Facebook, Yumoyori Wilson, or by email, savagewaysofpublishingservices@gmail.com to discuss details. Due to immense demand, I'm opening my calendar from August 2024 to January 2025 for special New Year publishing prep services. Spots are very limited, 25. So please do not delay in selecting, confirming, and securing your spot once an invoice is sent to you. I cannot secure your spot until all steps are completed and the invoice is paid. Disclaimer, everything written in this form is confidential. NDAs will be signed for all clients once services are established to ensure privacy is maintained throughout all services. Yumoyori can determine and decline any clients who are outside her scope of expertise if energies/personalities do not align. Whatever. I really don't understand how everything written in the form can be confidential if literally anyone can click on it and access it, but okay. This is going to come up more a little bit later, but this woman really does not know how to be succinct. So before we get into more of that, I just want to show you how these services are priced. So a single Swift consultation is $200. A single Savage consultation is $300. Triple Savage Threat consultation package is $500. Build a Savage Author brand consultation is $750. Excel My Savage Author brand consultation $850. Excel My Savage Author brand advance is $900. Start My Savage Author brand consultation package $2,000. Create My Savage Author brand consultation $5,000. Create My Savage Author brand consultation $10,000. Run My Savage Author brand consultation $25,000. I'm not going to go through all of these tiers in details, but I do want to, let's, talk about the most expensive one that costs a super reasonable $25,000. Run My Savage Author brand consultation. One-on-one Run My Savage Author brand with an E at the end. One per month for 2025, $25,000. 50 times 1 hour Zoom/Google meetings, 2 a month. That math doesn't really work, but I'm going to move on. This is a very limited spot that will be one-on-one with Yumoyori Wilson. Not only will you be getting key tools to create a new brand from scratch, but she will assist in the creation, promotion, and structure of this brand so it can be successful. Please note, this specific coaching will have many instructions, and they must be followed accurately to get the best results. You must be able to acknowledge and adapt to what she requests to create, write, and apply to your writing style/book/series so that you can hit the right market. Do not pick this tier if you dislike writing to market or writing to make loads of money. Have you always wanted to be an author and get overwhelmed with the ABCDs? Or tried the author gig and it wasn't the best experience? It's time to build a brand new business together and get it making you money promptly. This is for new or advanced authors who want to start fresh and build a pen name that will make 4 to 6 figures in the first few months. The client must be committed to following recommended strategies for ultimate success. Services include aiding in the creation of social media platforms for the pen name, groups, integrating into the community, and aiding in building the brand to gain readership. This consultation is the best one-on-one for those who wish to invest in this business and make it into a sustainable flow of income by the end of 2025. Can be spread out through the January 2025 to June 2025. So that is $500 an hour she's charging, and I cannot confirm this 100%, but someone did tell me that she was part of that 20 books to 50K group that's so focused on just like putting out books one after another, boom, 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 which seems accurate based on this. So the day after the initial post, oh my God, all the spots have been filled. Waitlist. The savage ways of publishing. Didn't think we'd do it in 24 hours, but I can proudly state that I'm officially booked for 2024. Thank you to everyone who rushed to book with me, as well as the amazing authors and friends who shared immensely. I've decided to create a waitlist while I and my team finalize invoices, give PayPal a few days to recover, and get current Savage clients settled into my schedule before confirming if we have some dropout/space. Now that the initial rush is over, we'll be using these next 2 weeks to share some outstanding results from my 2023 trial clients. These results will range from 1 to 3 months working with me to 6 to 12 plus months. Again, your girl doesn't gatekeep/hide numbers, so these results will be transparent. Clients' identities/brands will be censored for privacy purposes, but they've approved of me sharing their success. It seems like she should want to share her success of her clients, but. So then, Despite several unfulfilled Kickstarters, she decided she was qualified to teach other people how to do it. July 26th, the Savage Way of Crowdfunding, limited spots. I'm so excited to share another consultation service I'm bringing to the Savage catalog. This is a very specific niche/service, which is why there are limited spots. 5 spots only. If you're someone who thrives on one-on-one consulting and has never done crowdfunding or are experienced but have struggled to scale your campaigns to the next level, this is where I come in. Having run multiple crowdfunding campaigns myself, as well as aided plenty of authors to do the same, my consulting services in this realm of expertise is to service you before and during your designated crowdfunding campaign. I not only assist in explaining the logistics and how to catapult your campaign to look prestigious on the competitive platform for exposure/professionalism, but I also aid in setup, resources, and best methods of exposure to get your campaign noticed and trending without breaking your bank account in the process. If you have a campaign this year or in the first quarter of 2025 and want my services, feel free to fill out the form. This opportunity will close once filled. Waitlist will open up again in December 2024 before the new year. Current Savage clients. There is a discount for current clients who wish to add Kickstarter/Indiegogo campaigns to their current consultations package. If interested, please fill out the form and email me to confirm, and I will reach out to schedule you for campaign prep. Thank you, Savages. This post has 1 like. 3 days later, more spots magically open up. You can see the final call if you'd like to commit, whatever. I'm not reading this whole thing because it's a lot of the same. Okay, September 6th, emergency consultation services, more availability. And just as a blanket statement, none of these posts have more than 8 likes. September 21st, new openings, this is not a drill, yada, yada, yada. October 22nd, even more spots open up. And in the next one, I really want to draw attention to where she says that in the coaching industry, she's very underpriced. November 8th. Girl, I've never made this much money in my 5-year career. I'm not going back to corporate, that's for sure. Savage client number 98. Y'all keep blowing up my inboxes. You asked for more potential slots, so here is your chance. I've opened my schedule a bit more, and I'm now taking clients up to December 2025. January and February are 80% full. Why should you secure now? You can secure a consult with me at the 2024 rates. I'll reveal the new prices in December, but my rates will be going up 24 to 50%. In the coaching industry, I'm very underpriced, especially for my services. Okay, yeah, I don't need to read the rest. At the end of November, she seemingly decided to change that, though, because she announced that she was raising her prices for 2025. Official price tier changes. The single Savage Consult from $150 to $300, the triple from $300 to $450, the Build a Savage brand from $500 to $650, Excel My Savage brand from $550 to $700, Excel My Savage brand from $700 to $900, Start My Savage brand $1,000 to $1,500. The highest tier, Create My Savage brand, will have a different post to show the price increases next week. Make sure you secure your chance. This is bonkers to me, but it's a free market. Might not have had the impact she thought it would, because in January, she starts offering super special exclusive spots at 2024 pricing. January 24th, limited flash deal, Savage Ways of Publishing. It's been a wild month, but guess what? Since I've had a few schedule changes in February and March, I'm accepting 1 to 2 clients to hop on the one-on-one coaching train. Due to a high demand, these 2 spots will be at the 2024 rate as a special exclusive. This will apply only for this weekend and to my profile. These spots will be offered to the public on Monday if not filled at regular price. If you've been needing a helping hand with your business or want to start a new adventure but don't know what genre to hop into, never fear. With over 7+ successful pen names, your girl got you covered. She puts a lot of emphasis on pen names, which is interesting. And yeah, she is still going with this exclusive shit in April. April 1st, last call for 2025, April 1st to April 4th, serious inquiry only. With the immense popularity of the Savage Ways of Publishing matched with having a few exclusive clients on the roster, I'll be closing my schedule for 2025. We've been getting huge results and success, especially in March 2025, with over 7 authors hitting the top 100. The highest reached top 8 in the Amazon store, and plenty seeing a boost in income from a few hundreds to a few thousands, and some about to hit 6 figures for the year already. With a few individuals stating that I'm rather cheaper or too affordable for my prices, I've come to realize I need to level myself because the content I'm teaching is clearly working and getting epic results for most of my clients. I also shouldn't be selling myself short now that I've made a stabilized footing in the industry of coaching. Needless to say, my focus is to make my coaching more exclusive, like most in the industry who only open spots once in a new moon. While I focus on my current clientele, I'll be shifting gears to ebook/course content. Not the courses. Which won't necessarily require me to give one-on-one services. That way, you can learn the latest tips and tricks on your own time for a fraction of the cost versus my new prices. My ebooks will not be catered to being affordable or cheap. There are plenty of those on Amazon that you can easily grab. My books are no-nonsense, real results/progress with case studies and information on all spectrums to teach you how to self-publish the best way with 2025 techniques, guidelines, and strategies. There will be both starter and more advanced courses/guides. I will make a waitlist in the next few days so people can sign up to get my first Savage Ways digital handbook to self-publishing. If anyone else is interested in one-on-one coaching, I'll officially be closing it on Friday, April 4th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. After this, there will be no more coaching in 2025 unless for the higher tiers, 2K to 20K plus. Thank you to all my Savage clients who've been on this 9-month journey so far. I can't wait to continue sharing the progress. Again, I say, not the courses. I feel like these are like a death sentence to being taken seriously. So the company lasted a whole year, and what better way to celebrate than to give discounts again? Honestly, if I was someone who hired her and didn't get one of these like exclusive lower rates, I would be pissed because she literally has a sale like every 5 minutes. So her anniversary sale prices are, yeah, they are a bargain. So in the 1-year anniversary sale, the normally $200 tier is $75, $300 is $150, the $450 is $300, $650 is $500. It looks like most of these are around $150 off, except for the $1,500 tier is down to $1,000, and the $5,000 tier is down to $2,500. The $7,500 tier is down to $5,000, and that elusive $25,000 tier is only $10,000. Now, why would she be drastically reducing her prices? Methinks it isn't to celebrate the anniversary, but right around the same time, she kind of changed her business model because, you know, she is so busy. Happy first Savage anniversary to my coaching biz. The Savage Ways of Publishing launched on July 15th, 2024 of a whim of hope, survival, and a whim that I could be able to help a few authors out on this roller coaster of a journey when it comes to self-publishing. A year later, over 250 plus author clients and generating $4 million in net profit for my authors, it really has been a wild, wild ride. There's been both ups and downs, and though I ain't a miracle worker, I love that my advice can be enough to change another's life. Some of my clients went from making $10 to $100 a month with a full backlist to now making $1,000 to $100,000 per month is surreal to say the least. Thank you for believing in me. I know I've only been in the industry for short of 8 years, but many of you have seen my journey, seen me rise and fall, quit and throw the towel, restart, rebuild, and create new empires again and again. It feels good to say I won't be taking any more clients until further notice, as I'm now shifting my coaching to be more of an exclusive privilege. What I will be doing is creating handbooks that will start people on their journey to a 6-figure author life that they can invest in, and eventually create a lovely thick book that has everything to become a 7-figure landmine of success in the author industry. Until then, I'll keep showing up, whether with my own creations, both public and secret, as well as continue sharing my Savage clients' results. Thank you for all the love, support, and for making Savage Ways of Publishing a six-figure business of change. And that is actually the most recent post on the business's Facebook page. And this post has 10 likes and 2 comments that both are just saying congratulations. So you've probably picked up on it, but the fact that all of her posts are so focused on the money side of things, to me, speaks volumes. I understand that we are all human and we all want to make money doing things we love. But it seems so evident that the writing is secondary to the marketing. And as a reader, it would be so off-putting to know that my favorite author was putting a lot more effort into getting me to spend money on their books versus making sure the product is of high quality. So going back to Yumayori/Avery as a writer, she has become infamous for not finishing a series, but starting another one. And remember, she's got 51 plus series. I'm not sure how many of those are unfinished, but enough that I've seen several people talk about it. On a Reddit post about authors with abandoned series, some commented about her. This person writes about some other authors and then says, Avery Song/Avery Phoenix recently got so upset by people asking why they were publishing new books instead of completing old books that they threw something of a fit, removed a bunch of their old books, and switched up pen names, I believe. We will get back to the details of that one. The next one is on a post about losing faith in authors who repeatedly push back release dates for months or years, and anyone who asks about it gets criticized and called a hater. Again, someone talks about another author. Meanwhile, Yumayori Wilson/Avery Song/Avery Stone openly acts like a victim when a reader suggests she finishes a series before starting yet another one. Even if I enjoyed her writing, I just can't respect an author that acts like you kicked a dog just for asking her to be responsible. Even if she became the best author tomorrow morning, I wouldn't be able to support her because she acts like a child. Well, I don't think readers are entitled to new books, and if the author doesn't want to write them and there's no money involved, it does feel like a really good way to piss off your fans. And this reply on the same post doesn't mention her by name, but the same sentiment applies. I don't care if an author pushes/delays/doesn't write a book for however long. Honestly, as long as they don't have readers' money and are keeping it from a special edition pre-order they did. Finishing series are always nice, but I don't get too caught up in having to have a complete series to want to read the book. I like to read individual books for the vibes. I also feel like a lot of the time, the last book can become sort of meh compared to the first. But when you launch a Kickstarter/open a pre-order for a book box for a book that is not written/ready to publish and hold your readers' money for months to years, cough cough, Britt Andrews and Gianna Darling. Maybe look into her? I don't know. With no date of publication for the book in sight and are defensive/non-responsive about requests for updates or refunds, that's when it veers into annoyance/disappointment/anger. I do still think it's weird to continuously start writing new series when you know that not finishing them is a pattern. Why is there such a resistance to publishing standalone books? I've noticed that a lot of folks actually hesitate starting to read a series before the whole thing is written for this exact reason, and that doesn't seem like it would sell as many books. So someone wrote this admittedly rude review, and this is the admin of her Facebook fan group posting a long rant, which I will now subject you to. Someone wrote this on a Amazon review. Get it together. Finish your other series before starting a new one. It's not fair that I've been waiting many years for the last book. Stop writing if you're just going to start a series, never finish, and change your name so nobody knows. Just know I know. Again, I don't think that anyone's entitled to reading a book that an author doesn't want to write. However, I think it's not a good idea if you want to continue your career as an author. Moving on. Here's the long post from this admin. To the person who obviously wants to be a total POS of a person who leaves a review like this on Avery Song's new book, which isn't even relevant to the book you're posting it on, you and everyone else like you are exactly the reason she's removing her books and going on hiatus and shutting down the pen names aside from the previously mentioned books she said would be released. And right now, even those are in jeopardy because of this type of behavior and lack of interest, even in the standalones for this who claim to want a completed series before reading. Who are you to make demands on an author or any type of artist and when/how they create? You are absolutely nobody in the grand scheme of things in terms of her writing and what she releases. You think you're entitled to her books simply because you like them and because you want to see them finished, but yet you aren't supporting her endeavors that would help potentially bring them in faster. You all want to think she's joking and exaggerating when she says there's not enough support, there's trolls, there's threats, there's anxiety and stress and financial burdens and hurdles to get over to write and publish books, but here you go. It's sad you felt the need to post this on a brand new book that you obviously didn't even read because you're bitter you aren't getting your way/what you want. But I guess it makes sense since this page is now monitored by an admin that includes me, and negative comments are no longer tolerated and posts require approval. I will protect Avery Song's mental health and her right to create whatever she wants, when she wants, no matter what. I will continue to buy and read every book, no matter what other series I may hope to see finished. At the end of the day, that's what matters. True fans and supporters and readers, not toxic, selfish, entitled behavior like yours. And since your arrogance makes you think that her writing under another pen name is any business of yours, please do that author a favor and don't read their books, as no one deserves this kind of pissy, self-absorbed attitude when they are doing what they love. And please feel free to remove yourself from this group if you don't like what I have to say. Sorry, not sorry. So yikes. Interesting that she mentions the financial burdens when her author coaching business is so in demand and lucrative. Who does that remind you of? So all of this was reposted on a dramatic farewell post by Avery. This was on February 3rd. People ask me why I'm letting go of Avery after building such a foundation of over 130 books. This is a good example, one of many. Every day I'm told negative things, told I'm a failure, emailed/messaged/reviewed poorly, all because I haven't finished series that don't even make me $100 a month. Huh. Funny how only I'm held to this standard, and it's for obvious reasons, compared to peers who can go on and spend years and never finish a series, but they're supported and favored. My happiest days in this industry were when I went on hiatus for 6 months, doing my own thing and not publishing anything. I'd never enjoyed peace quite like that since returning. I can't wait until I've wrapped up my Kickstarters and current 2 series, cause trust me, y'all will never read a book from me again. Thank you, Crystal McClure, for always standing her ground in my group and business pages from trolls/bullies who enjoyed treating me like a garbage author. Writing is my passion, but at the end of the day, it's a business that keeps a roof over me and my puppies' heads. You don't want to support me? Fine. I'm a multi-talented individual who can recreate my brand again and again, and guess what? Wherever I go, I'm celebrated and supported and enjoy writing/creating to the best of my ability. It simply means I can't share such accomplishments on a platform I've built for almost 8 years, and that's okay. Literally, in this same post, she writes that wherever she goes, she's celebrated, supported, all of that. At the same time, she said, every day I'm told negative things, told I'm a failure, whatever. Just interesting. As much as I want to do my diverse name, Whitney Moonstone, I really am debating on giving up on her before I can even launch something, because I'm clearly not supported with doing anything new until my old works are complete. So I guess that's my identity for the rest of my career, it seems. Anyway, this is just a post to share how authors like me can be transparent, constantly communicating. Really. Showing proof and evidence about ABCD, and we're still never enough, but the usual favorites of the industry don't need to finish their series to be supported. Anyway, I'll extend the takedown for a few more days due to multiple requests from all the readers who wanted to read my books one last time, and then she links to the storefronts. I will be working towards taking down Avery Phoenix as well, even though they're complete, minus Academy of the Wicked, which will be completed before summer. I really don't see the point of keeping Avery on all spectrums. And then she links Avery Phoenix. I don't know why these are all like the same first name. Maybe 2025 is the year I finally move on and go on the path that's making me happy. Who knows? Anyway, just a day in the life of a POC author trying to make her readers happy despite them hating me. Don't worry, you won't need to complain anymore since my books will be gone and you don't need to worry about little old me. I do just want to acknowledge that being an author of color, I'm sure it is more difficult, and I don't want to undermine that, but I also think that this is crazy. So yes, she's taking down all of her published books under the Avery Stone, Avery Song, and Avery Phoenix names. And in order to make sure you don't miss out, you better buy them now. Honestly, maybe she actually is a genius in marketing her books, because this is quite the sales tactic. So here's one, Take Down Notice, Avery Phoenix, February 5th. This is just also a reminder that Avery Phoenix books will also be coming down soon. The only book/series that will remain are those that will be launched and completed before summer 2025, and once done, the entire series will come down. And then she lists any other series on this name, regardless if they're complete or not, will be coming down. Make sure you read them on KU now or purchase them if you wish to keep them forever. As of now, I have no intention of publishing them anywhere or making a Kickstarter, since people complain either way. For those who've been supporting buying and reading on KU, thank you for supporting these amazing creations. Crazy how I've written over 130 works, and like an amazing songbird said, creating just one story is hard, let alone more than 100, but keeping my songbirds happy and excited for my work has always been my goal. And it seems regardless if I do old or new, that doesn't seem to project the love I'm hoping for. So I feel it's best to close chapters for good. If an extension needs to be made, I'll announce it, but would suggest to pick or read these while you can, because once they're gone, they will be gone permanently. Feel free to share so any friends or family you know don't miss it. This weekend is the last chance to pick up Avery Song and Avery Stone's works. I'm waiting for this weekend out of special request, so if you haven't picked them up, do so ASAP. So the next several posts on her feed are just her advertising the different series she has and then encouraging readers to buy them before they're gone forever. But it doesn't really make sense to me, because at the same time she's posting about more new series. Academy of the Wicked paperback is live. Have you dived into the thrillingly wicked adventure of the paranormal elites? Follow Guinevere's journey as Gabriel as she infiltrates the prestigious all-male institute in hopes of saving her ill sister before time runs out. Make sure you pre-order the other 3 books. And then you can see she has a link, book 1, read now, and then book 2, 3, 4, pre-order. Why would anyone want to pre-order these books knowing she often doesn't complete a series? I know you don't get charged until the book ships or is released, but even so, I don't know how interested people would be in this. But I was actually shocked to see that 5 months later, the 2nd and 3rd books had been released. Again, makes me a little suspicious of the quality, but I haven't read any. And back in June, she posts this about finishing a series she had started, but then also says she's taken it down. Is all of this just to create a sense of urgency? I don't get how this marketing strategy, how does this not just alienate her readers? And then just last month, she announced yet another new series. New pre-order cover reveal, Deathshire Academy. Deathshire? One last thing that I want to mention is that she has 0 official websites, not for any of her pen names, not for her coaching business, nothing. I just find that strange. All of her online presence is through Facebook and Instagram. And I'm not saying this means anything at all, it's just something that I clocked. So to wrap this up, I'm not really sure what her long-term plan is here. And while I might personally not be a fan of some of the stuff she's doing, none of it is morally wrong, except for the crowdfunding without delivering a product. She's within her rights to take down and put up her books as she pleases, but the manipulative pity party posts just don't sit right with me. And as far as the coaching business, I am withholding any judgment because I haven't seen anyone outside of her own page show any results, good or bad. As I've said in the past, all I want to do is help people know what they are getting when they spend their hard-earned money. So please understand that all of my opinions are simply opinions, and draw your own conclusions based on the information I've given you or information you find about this elsewhere. Okay, so today's featured indie author is Ashley Hawley. She's an author that lives in Ohio, and by day, she manages the grants department of a national nonprofit organization. When she's not writing or working, she can be found indulging in a good horror movie. She's also an autumn enthusiast and kicks off every every October in her home away from home, Salem, Massachusetts. In the House of Rosewood is her debut novella and the first in what will be a series revolving around the noble Rosewood family. The first book, set in Victorian England, follows 15-year-old Hestia Rosewood as she meets her strange new governess and uncovers family secrets darker than she could have ever imagined. Down in the description, I will link Ashley's social media as well as where you can purchase her book if it sounds like something you'd enjoy. Indie authors, as we know, are a vital part of the bookish community, so try to support them however you can, even if that just means a follow on social media. If you liked this video and made it to the end, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you would. I also have a Patreon if you're interested in supporting me over there, and I will see you in the next one.